falls between the 12th and first month, shows the Roman calendar is not in astrological alignment. And you see Capricorn, the goat, you see the ruling planet is Saturn, which you see right here as Father Time. You see what I'm saying? Death of the sun, the rise of Pan, and the goat. So marks the shortest and the longest night of the year. In the northern hemisphere, it occurs when the sun is directly over the Tropic of Capricorn. So when at the death of the sun is the rise of the goat. It's the rise of the goat. You see, the sun is in the death in the northern hemisphere. You understand what I'm saying? Night rules, and death is and sun is in the stage of death in the northern hemisphere. And when the sun dies, the goat takes the throne. You understand what I'm saying? We got to look at this. This is Capricorn. There is no new year in the middle of the winter. A new day does not start at 12 midnight. It starts with the rising of the sun. We are upside down. We are upside down in our reality. We got to wake up today. We got to wake Jesus as Dionysus, Bacchus, who is baby New Year. Okay, we're going to get into that. Wine was associated with many Greco-Roman deities hundreds of years before Jesus. Catholic Mass was taken from earlier Grecian Roman rites of Serapis and Bacchus. And you see the cup on top of Serapis' head, and you see Bacchus right there with the cup drinking wine, and this is where you get the Eucharist from. This is exactly where you get the Eucharist from. You see Bacchus over here with a cup of wine. Here you see Jesus turning water to wine. He's the aspect of Bacchus. So when you talk about baby New Year, you're talking about Bacchus, who is, and you got an old, just like Bacchus, you got a older Bacchus, and then you got a younger Bacchus, just like you got an older Jesus and you got a younger Jesus. You see what I'm saying? And you see right here, this is a wine cork that you to take the goddamn top off the wine. You got to spin it in there and pop it. And you see him with the grapes in his hand. You see? And so right here, they show you Jesus pressing grape into the cup. And here to the right, you see Bacchus with the wine in his cup. You see what I'm saying? Let me come down. The chalice is ancient in Egypt long before Mass and communion. As you can see, Bacchus with the chalice. You see the Eucharist. And this, you see, this is Christian, and you see the grapes right there. Now you're going to see the grapes in his head also. So I'm showing you that Jesus is nothing but Bacchus. Now this is Bacchus as a child. You see the older Saturn right there with Bacchus. Bacchus was a homosexual. Well, this is Saturn. You see what I'm saying? They try to say this is Bacchus and this is his younger son, with the both of them having grapes in their head. Any which way, this motherfucker is a homosexual and pedophile. Okay? So you see the grapes. You understand? Now I have been adopted of Bacchus into Jesus. And then it says in the Bible, I'm the true vine and my father is the vine dresser. You see? And so again, this is Christian right here in the middle. You see the chalice, you see the heart dripping blood. So when you drink the wine, this is an aspect of blood. You see the grapes there. You see what I'm saying? This is the blood. And so this is goddamn, this is blood sacrifice. Motherfucker drinking blood. You cannibalistic, necrophilia, and all type of shit. So you see right here, this is the baby Bacchus. He's an older individual here. He's older. Then they show you Bacchus as a child drinking the wine, and you see Jesus with the chalice. This is the aspect that Jesus co-opted from Bacchus. So we talking about Saturn, Thor. We talking about Bacchus. This and Zeus. His motherfucking Jesus' name is Jesus in Spanish. So that right there lets you know that he's an aspect also of Zeus, Jupiter. He's a composite deity. You see right there, Bacchus pressing the grapes, just like you come up here and see Jesus pressing the grape. Let me bring it down. Pressing the grapes. Let me put it in there. Bingo. You see him right there pressing the grapes. into the cup. You see, this is New Year. So, you see right here, they got Mary giving Jesus, look, wine. He's sipping wine. You see Bacchus drinking the wine. This is Bacchus with the grapes. And then here you got Jesus with the grapes. You see the cup in his hand, and you see the cup right there on the on the tree. You see right here Jesus with grapes. You see right here Bacchus with the grapes, and you see the goat Pan right there. We know exactly what it is. You see again Bacchus with the grapes, and you see how they didn't co-opted in Christianity. And we know JHS or IHS, they changed the I to a J. You understand what I'm saying? Isis, Horus, and Saturn. You understand what I'm saying? Isis, Horus, and Saturn. Aspect. The rites of Bacchus was carried over into the worship of Jesus. Okay, let me come on down. We're going to talk, and we're going to keep going until we get close to, we're going to go about 15 minutes, and we're going to bring this, because I'm going to let y'all get on out there and get you done now. I'm going to let you get you done. We're talking about Grimnir. That's Odin. That's Odin or Woden. And Grimnir, that comes from his name. I want y'all to understand that was added to the English language. That grim, for a motherfucker to grim you are, is a dire situation. In the Viking terminology, it was a name for Odin, and it means hooded or masked one. And you're going to see many of these good gods was hooded and masked, and which means it's a veil. When you talk about a hood, you're talking about a veil. You're talking about a shroud. You know what I'm saying? That means it's a mystery. There's something hiding behind what you're looking at. And you got to have the ability to be able to pull back the veil. So you see Jesus with the hood to the left. You see Saturn with the hood to the right. Then you see the hooded Father Time to the left. And that's Odin in the middle. There's no doubt that these are all one God, aspect of the one God, the oldest being Saturn. He's the primordial. And then the primordial goat god is Pan, which later became Krampus, which later became Satan, Lucifer, which later became Baphomet, which later became the goats of Thor. You understand? In a chronological order, each coming from the common source, which is Saturn, Santa Claus, fucking Santa Claus are all aspects of this one God. So you see here, and you got the hood. You understand what I'm saying? And many of them also carry the staff. You see Jesus with the staff. You see Odin with the staff. You also see in the movie Lord of the Rings, Gandalf with the staff. He's an aspect of Odin. And so Odin was also the wanderer. And then when you talk about Jesus, the motherfucker fled. He was a wanderer. He went from city to city. He was a roaming individual from city to city, just like Odin under cloak and veil. Because anywhere he went, if he did a miracle, he said, tell no one of this. Read that shit up. Tell no one, because he was under cloak and veil. It was a mystery of how he was performing these acts. You see what I'm saying? So when it says it's a veil, a hood, or a shroud, that's saying you have to be initiated into that mystery to get the knowledge. So you see right here the veil, and you see the finger over the mouth mean silence. It's a mystery. You initiate it, and it's a vow, an oath of silence in that what you teach. You understand? You don't teach unless each individual had to go through it the way each individual went through it. You cannot divulge information on what you was taught. Each individual got to be initiated, and they got to go through the same rites as everybody else. So you see Saturn here with the veil. You see Jesus with the veil, or with the hood. You see what I'm saying? And this is Saturn again with the hood, Kronos, cloaked like Odin and Father Time. You see what I'm saying? This is this is Saturn, this is Father Christmas, which later became Santa Claus. And so the hood and the veil is the same thing. It is a secret teaching that lies under that. So when I say Saturn is the father of Jesus, when you go into the 16th chapter, you see the image of God the Father, which is the image of Saturn. That's what it is. He's the primordial God of God for the European. Now let's talk about the harvest. We getting down to the end, family. We getting down to the end. Now, this particular lecture, I think I will have it on Patreon. You'll be able to come back and get this. But this is going to be for a graduate or advanced level. You see what I'm saying? When I'm dropping it like this is for the advanced and graduate and advanced level. That's why you couldn't get it unless you were, if you paid for it. But if you're on Patreon, you got to go through the advanced and graduate level. So, if you come back and you want this and you want to study, y'all need to become a patron. Because, goddamn, you always got access to this. You know what I'm saying? You always got access to this. You know what I'm saying? And this shit, you will never be able to get this. Over the year, you know what I'm saying? You ain't paid for one goddamn college class. But you're going to have access to a greater knowledge that's what's in the university and on all different subjects. So, become a patron. You know what I'm saying? And go up and get that wisdom. Shit, get it. Get it. If that's what your life is about. You know what I'm saying? Get it. Because you're going to need this type of advanced teaching. If you out here and you trying to wake up people with the greatest effect and destroying all motherfuckers in your wake, you got to have that premier knowledge. You can't have that base shit that these other niggas, that shit old. That won't even wake nobody up. They don't even want to hear that shit. So let's talk about Lord of the harvest. It says the harvest of the earth, Revelation 14, verse 15 through 16. And it says, and another angel came out of the temple, crying out with a loud voice to him who sat on the cloud, put in your sickle and reap. What did it say? It said, put in your sickle and reap, for the hour to reap has come, because the harvest of the earth is ripe. And then he, Jesus Christ, who sat on the cloud, swung his sickle over the earth, and the earth was reaped. Okay? And so that comes back to Saturn, who is the Roman god of harvest. He is, when you talk about Father Time, he is also the Grim Reaper. Go look at goddamn, what's that, that motherfucking, the fucking, what's that goddamn movie with goddamn Ebenezer Scrooge in it? I forget. Whatever it is. You understand? When a Christmas Carol. And you look at the Ghost of Christmas Future. It's the Grim Reaper. It's the Grim Reaper. And you see him right here, Saturn, the god of harvest. You see him right there with the cornucopia, which is also associated with Thanksgiving. In Revelation 14, and I looked and behold a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown rooted in chronos, and in his hand a sharp sickle. Okay, and so you see Jesus here, the reaper, and then you see goddamn on this side a Saturn, the reaper. Where I done made this case very, very clear this 25th of December. Let me go down, and we did this one already, to show you the Grim Reaper, which is Saturn Chronos. You see what I'm saying? And you see here, this is in Pompeii, just to show you. This is in Pompeii, but which I believe was destroyed even before Christianity was created. And you see Saturn, you see, and to the left, you see the Reaper, so-called Jesus, which ain't nothing but Chronos, Saturn. And you see here Saturn, you see Mithras, and you see the sickle here, Mithras. And then, and so we go in with this. We're going to end with this to prove that Jesus is as in the aspect of Zeus. He's Jesus, Jupiter, in that aspect. He's the son of Saturn, Chronos, because we know that Saturn, Chronos, is also Father Time. And they asked him, Matthew 24, they asked Jesus, when will he be returning? When will be the second coming? His answer was, but about that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Chronos, the Father of time, the All-Father. He yielded. He's let me put it in here. So, wait a minute, do I got it? No, I might have one right after. You see it right here. Father time. But until that day or hour, you see the clock, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. And you see him right there holding the hourglass. He don't know. Okay? And so I can end out with that. You see right here, Jesus in the aspect of Zeus. You see him right there, Jesus wrapped in swaddling. And then you come over here and you see Zeus wrapped in swaddling. Both of them had to flee, you understand, because death was looming over them. Jesus fled to Egypt. Zeus fled to Crete. This is the origin of this holiday in which people are worshiping today. Let me tell y'all. Let me come on in. Y'all got the teachings. Tell y'all that. Y'all got the teachings, man. Y'all got that. Y'all got that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, y'all didn't reach the level that majority of motherfuckers in your lifetime will never reach. I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm being honest for you know what I'm saying, or what y'all got today. Most motherfuckers not going to reach this level. I'm talking about the majority of motherfuckers on the planet. I don't give a fuck if they're in the university. I don't give a fuck if they're in the church. And so, at this point, on this particular aspect, I'm going to move past it. Next year probably will be my last year where I kind of, and I clean it all the way up and then we move forward. I'm going to knock down the other holidays masterfully this way to where, how you didn't graduate. I didn't graduate. I got to move on to other areas because I know what it is. I don't guess. I'm not arguing with no motherfucker. We drop that knowledge out there for our people. Y'all study it. Y'all master it. You're going to see many elements within this and other aspects of the culture. You're going to start seeing these composite deities pop up, and you're going to know what it is. You're going to know where they come from. But nevertheless, they do not belong to us. We got to get back to our own culture, to our own reality. Watch it till y'all see. It was a bombing in Nashville today. So that let you know on their holiday. It's death and destruction. They letting you know death and you know what I'm saying? It's right here. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you got to be careful of what you're doing, where you at. Keep your eye open. Stay away from that beast. Letting you know you got to move from up under the beast. You got to get out of his belly because you see all the death and destruction. And anybody that possesses mind, even our own people, we got to reap. We got to become the reaper. You understand what I'm saying? And we got to reap. We got to bring harvest to the planet. You understand what I'm saying? We got to separate the tares from the wheat. We got to, in that aspect, as they say. You know what I'm saying? We got to get the niggerphobia, the crackatosis phobia. And those, and not the cracker and the niggas with the crackatosis phobia. Get them up out of here. They got to go. They got to go. We got to be the reapers of the day. I want to thank y'all for being in the house. It was a very pleasure to have y'all here. We'll be moving forward. Stay tuned. Get Patreon, General Cyrus Sunseti, KingSeti.com, GeneralSeti.com, General Seti ticket. God damn it, we doing it all. We doing it all. Stay with me, and I guarantee you, we're gonna keep going up and up and up till we get free. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Pop.